I never met my grandmother. She was deported from the Lodz ghetto in 1944 with my father and his siblings, never to be seen again. I was raised in a home that was shaped by the wretched memories and deep trauma of the Holocaust that haunted my father's life and the lives of his brother and sister. But I was born into a new world, a world that had witnessed the birth of a Jewish state that could protect its people in the tiny slice of world that is their homeland. A world in which the United States of America protected and defended its Jewish citizens. A new world which brought an end to 2,000 years of Jewish discrimination and insecurity, centuries of persecution, memories of murder and massacre against the Jewish people. All of this was finally behind us, or so we thought. 18 days ago, my perception of this new world was shattered. Hamas perpetrated the most heinous and barbaric acts against Jews. Over 1,400 Jews murdered and non-Jews in the most grotesque butchery. These were acts not against the state of Israel, but against Jews because they were Jews. And so quickly, the Jewish trauma returns. On our shores in these United States, once again, intellectuals in universities justify the cheapening of Jewish blood. They do so in the name of context. I say, yes, we should indeed look at context. The context of terrorists who refuse to recognize the Jewish state. The context of people who threaten our eradication from the river to the sea. The context of barbarians who do not distinguish between civilians and combatants, between battalions and babies, between soldiers in a tank and a family in their kitchen. The context of a Jewish state composed of refugees, Jews fleeing from Eastern Europe, from the Middle East, and from Africa. Until 18 days ago, I never imagined a world where that deep-rooted, and I thought uprooted, anti-Semitism could once again take root and catch fire, where young men and women, graduates of our high school, would experience fear as they move around their college campuses. Never before did I really allow myself to think that perhaps our world is moving backwards, back to those days 80, 100 years ago. Those thoughts enter my mind, but I push them aside. We all must push those thoughts aside. Today, we stand strong. We stand strong because over these 75 years, the Jewish people, with God's help, have built a miracle of a country with military might and Jewish pride unparalleled in the history of the Jewish people. I push these fears aside as I look out on almost 1,000 students and staff of our school, young and old members of this community, marching proudly from Medinat Yisrael, the state of Israel, and the Jewish people. And we push these fears aside because we are proud citizens of the most powerful democracy on earth, the United States of America. A country whose president has Israel's back. May he continue to do so. A country where our community is blessed to be represented by the likes of Congressman Ritchie Torres. Congressman Torres, you give us strength through your unswerving support of the state of Israel, with steadfastness and determination, even in the face of intense criticism and physical threat. Congressman Torres, you inspire us with your shared commitment to the principles of democracy, your belief in the dignity of every human being. Congressman Torres, you give us confidence through your unwavering belief that the Jewish state and the Jewish people have a right to defend themselves against those committed to their annihilation. Congressman Torres, last week, when you visited our school and you spoke with our students, you kindled in them and you rekindled in all of us a belief in the goodness of people, that there is right and there is wrong, that there is reason to believe that the impossible is possible. We are deeply grateful for your support, for your integrity, for your sense of decency, for your friendship, and for your courage. As Jews And as Americans, we must recognize the preciousness of every human being. We mourn the catastrophe and loss of life. We mourn the murder of Jewish and non-Jewish souls. Today, as Jews, we pray for the loss of those lives. We pray for the safe return of every hostage, every one of those hostages. We pray for the wisdom of our leaders. We pray for the continued strength of our people. Am Yisrael Chai. God bless the United States of America.